I'm Timmy and I'm going to be going over my radiation collection. I collect radioactive things for kind of a hobby, as well as a couple other different things, which I also go over on my YouTube channel. This happens to be one of them. I make a lot of shorts about them, so I'm just going to quickly go over them. Let's start with probably the least radioactive thing, and the thing that comes up, the least amount on my channel. First is this glass right here. It's called Vaseline Glass or uranium glass. It's not very radioactive. I still wouldn't recommend drinking out of it, but it's pretty cool. It glows in the dark like this one does. Well, it doesn't glow in the dark. I have a black light right above that kind of, lets it illuminate. Anyways, below it is another Vaseline glass. This has a little bit more uranium content in it. It is a bit radioactive. I get about 50 clicks per minute, which is above average radiation levels. However, still not very high. Alright, next thing is going to be this thing. This is a jadeite lemon juicer, which, by the way, lemon juicer, that's like the worst thing ever for radioactive things. Anyways, yeah, it's jadeite. It's basically painted with uranium, and it gets this nice kind of glow on it. Next is going to be this clock, surprisingly. It's covered in radium, which is a different kind of radioactive substance. It's, not very radioactive. I get about 100 clicks per minute on it. So, it's not very radioactive for, the fact that it's radium on it. Next is probably this thing, well, what's in this jar, which is called, you can kind of see it right there. This is a thorium mantlet. It's kind of meant to be burned in your kind of lantern, and it burns pretty bright, but it is covered in thorium, which is a radioactive metal, and yeah, I would not recommend burning these. Alright, now for the kind of, big things. Let's start with this. This is a nice little, I think it's 1960s, late 1960s clock. It does actually have plastic on it, surprisingly, which, most radioactive things don't, since they're made in the early kind of 1910s to 1950s era. But this one does actually have plastic on it, which is cool. It's a kind of a traveling clock, as you can see. I can, if I lift it up here, I can fold it in. It's meant to be like traveling, keep the time while still glowing in the dark so you can still see it. It's pretty radioactive, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Next is my big clock right here, and this actually has quite a bit of radium in it. And yeah, it winds up, this is probably 1920s, if I had to guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty heavy too, it's cast iron. And then finally, my, big boy things. These are Fiestaware, which are awesome, by the way. Fiestaware is great. And they're about the same radioactivity, but this one lets me show up a little bit more on the Geiger counter. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, this is my radiation collection. I'm slowly expanding it. But yeah, this is it so far. Thanks for watching.